All right there. Oh, it's snowing in London today, which is kind of nice. Why is it nice? Because it's T minus 4 days until I go to Thailand and there's not a lot of snow there. So this could be the last time I see the fluffy white goodness in a long time. And I'm not talking about Chachane. Okay, so I kind of avoid everyday feminism because it's utter cack. But when I saw this line, I thought, "Oh, this will be interesting. This will be this will be worth it." No, I haven't read it yet. I thought I'd go through it with you for the keks. Anyway, 10 things every intersectional feminist should ask on a first date. How many intersectional feminists do you reckon look like that? Because if they did, I might go about changing my mind about social justice. Oh, hello. Yes. Oh, yes, I do believe in that. Yes. No, I'm non-gender conforming too. Wow. Anyway, let's do this shit. Oh, these people. As a queer femme of colour, is that all you are? Is that your lot? Is that your defining characteristic? Is that what we need to know about you? It's pathetic. As a queer femme of colour, I keep close relationships with people who go beyond allyship. They're true accomplices in the fight against white supremacy, queerphobia and misogyny. Oh, this must be all day, every day. I mean, white supremacy, you can't get away from it. I mean, I know you've redefined it to include all white people. And I know queerphobia nowadays is essentially anyone who's not gay. And misogyny is all men. So I can understand why your paranoid, hideous little entitled, demanding, self-righteous world is a nightmare, but you've brought it on yourself, queer femme of colour. If you're not going to support marginalised folks, then we can't be friends, let alone date. The personal is political. Beyond the lovely cushioning, happiness and support that we receive from our platonic relationships, which are, in all honesty, soul-feeding and essential, feminists also date. Yeah, I bet it's a fucking barrel of laughs. Not tense or anything. I bet every single feminist date is just a pleasure to be with. I bet the man has a wonderful, soul-feeding time. Yeah. But there are questions we have to ask before we get close to someone. Sure, that seems fair enough. The following are a list of questions. The following list of questions is applicable to all relationships. Certainly not just cisgender, heterosexual ones. Look, there's no such thing as cisgender. It's not needed. I've said it before and I've no doubt I'll say it again. Cisgender is like me saying I'm a not-stronaut because I'm not an astronaut. Do you see what I'm saying? Cisgender. It's such a horrible word as well, isn't it? Anyway, here we go. Straight in. Do you believe that Black Lives Matter? Now, you've capitalised Black Lives Matter, so I'm assuming you're playing the trick which the name of that group also plays. Because do I believe Black Lives Matter? Do I believe in Black Lives Matter? Etc, etc. Yeah, obviously Black Lives Matter. I know my ghostly, pale, murderous, slave-owning skin would suggest to queer femmes of colour everywhere that I hate the blacks. But it's not true. I mean, try and cope with that for a minute. But yeah, I do believe that Black Lives Matter. I don't believe in the movement Black Lives Matter, though. I think they're horrible cunts. Yes, wonderful. Let's start here. Patronising, condescending shitbags these are. There are 3 categories that are non-negotiable for me. An understanding of race, class and gender. No. You don't mean an understanding of race, class and gender. You mean your understanding of race, class and gender. Unless I get the fucking line, check my privilege and do what I'm told, shut up and listen, get to the back, etc. That's what's non-negotiable, isn't it? I've got an understanding of race, class and gender, and I hope to fuck it's got nothing to do with yours. Not everyone understands how these three can be insidious, systemic and intertwined. Yeah, because you never fucking explain it. You just keep saying that shit. But anyone who doesn't take time to learn how systemic racism works, anyone who doesn't take time to explain it, because you just say systemic, systematic, institutionalized. You never actually explain it. How are we meant to understand it? Oh, yeah. Oh, I get it, yeah. It just is, sure. Anyone who doesn't take time to learn how systemic racism works isn't going to care about how racism affects me. Or people who are darker skinned than I am. Everyone who writes for this is black or a person of colour. I know that for a fact. They tell you. Oh, of course they do. I wave my virtue flag so high. And now there are people who are darker skinned than I am. You know where this is going? You know the old Dulux paint charts where you get all the little squares of colours? You'll be talking to someone. Oh, hang on. You're well down the colour list. I mean, you're virtually Caucasian, yellow man. I don't want to have laborious discussions where I have to prove to someone that white privilege or non-black privilege. You are wankers. You are utterly pathetic. I despise you. I don't hate you, though. Used to get quite angry, but this is sad as hell. Your deluded little lives, your endless blame game, your pity party. It's really sad. You only get one life and you're wasting it. You're wasting it, indulging in this blame game. If they are willing to learn and listen, don't you mean listen and learn? Oh, I've learned. Oh, yeah, I've learned. It's just not what you've learned. So you mean listen and learn. And make the space to decenter their whiteness. No, you don't mean that, do you? You mean recenter your blackness. Yeah, it's a power grab. See how transparent it is in the words you use. That's a good place to start. Can you imagine this date? Oh my God, I've done 5 gins already. What are your thoughts on gender and sexual orientation? The gender binary is a tiny box and I wish it didn't exist. Oh, unlucky. Welcome to biology. I wouldn't want to be with anyone who is queerphobic. Don't worry, no one is. One out of many important elements to dismantling patriarchy. Are you 14? Is to abolish gender roles. Why? There's a reason they've been there for thousands of years. There's a reason. Do you know what you're doing? Are you not going into the brain of society with a fucking ice pick? Abolish gender roles as well as the limited understanding that we have about sexuality and gender itself. I can't imagine being with someone who is transphobic. How the fuck did you get from that to that? As a feminist and woman of colour, it would be a betrayal of what I stand for. Ignoring... Ignoring transmisogynoir. Ignoring transmisogynoir. What, you mean that like that horrific bitch who went on to Andrew O'Neill's show and she was sitting there saying white people are the most violent force of nature on the planet? Yeah, seems like she stopped reading history at about 1940. Ignoring transmisogynoir would be to deny one of the biggest, most despicable problems that we face. No, it isn't. This is not one of the biggest despicable problems we face. It's a tiny piss in the ocean of our social problems. It's nothing. Nada. Transmisogynoir. How do you work? Fucking hell, this date. Darling, you've lost him. Gone. Finished. over. Hates you, doesn't want you, doesn't want to go anywhere near you, doesn't want to go anywhere near that cobweb infested little pussy down there, and certainly doesn't want you breeding and sending this sick ideology onto another generation of poor little feminist fucktards. No, it's over. Stay single, get some cats. I've met nostronauts, heteronormative, cishet. What language are you talking? Check that out. I've met cisgender, heteronormative, cishet men who hate women. Yeah, I can imagine you fucking absorb them. They're like magnets to you people. They say they love women. Oh, that's always the giveaway, isn't it? When a man says he loves a woman, you know that he's a cisgender, heteronormative, cishet who hates women. They say they love women, but that love is conditional on not having their toxic masculinity questioned. Yeah, maybe they think it's not toxic, their masculinity. Maybe they think they're just men who have masculine... They are masculine. That's why they're a little bit funny about you questioning it. You know, with your feminine toxicity. That love is conditional on not having their toxic masculinity questioned or threatened in any way. No, they're men. They don't want you to call them a cunt just because they're men. Your whole thing is about your identity and how it should be left the fuck alone and treated with kid gloves and lauded and raised and centred and loved. And male identity, straight away you want to question it and attack it and call it toxic. Do you see the double standards here? Get some cats, you're going to need them, and they'll probably do the off as well. One of them might be a boy, yeah. Cut his tail off and hang it with it, little masculine cunt. And they love us as a monolith. They love what women have to offer. Imagine. Oh, he loved me for what I had to offer. Whether it's sex, food, love, care, emotional labour. It's not work. It's not work being emotional with a partner. It's love. They love us for what we can do to them. Yeah, do for them. Yes, partly. Yeah, that's normal. That's okay. That's healthy. That's mutual. Yeah. Imagine your hostile little relationships. I can see the kind of relationships you have. Disgusting. Do you know that gay men are in the lowest bracket of relationship domestic violence? Do you know who the top bracket is? Lesbians. Anyway, they love us for what we can do for them, not because of who we are for ourselves. No, both. Oh, imagine it was that simple. It is crucial for cishet men to learn how to decenter their male privilege. Oh yeah, tell that to the homeless man. Yeah, tell that to the millions of white people living in poverty around the world. Yeah, all those men. Ooh. In order for them to understand the multitudes of interpretations of femininity and womanhood. See, femininity and womanhood has got multitudes of interpretations. It's a rich tapestry of cultural definitions and wondrous magical things your toxic masculinity needs to find out about. This is incredible. There's the scales. Gang! Beyond Misogyny 101, does the person you are with understand rape culture? Yeah, not the same understanding that you've got. They probably understand it in Islam, in Africa. Oh, sorry. Has that affected you? And again, you want them to have your understanding. That's what you're talking about. Beyond Misogyny 101, does the person you're with understand rape culture, systemic sexism and Are they willing to learn? If they don't, are they willing to go along with your definitions, your interpretations? Are they willing to become re-educated into the sock just camp? Misogyny is more than the pay gap. It ain't even the pay gap. It's an earnings gap. Do you understand maths? Walk away from anyone who believes that boys will be boys. Yeah, do. Because boys will be boys. And if you can't handle that, don't be around men. It's basic. And that women are supposed to be mothers. No, men are supposed to be mothers. Women are... Oh, people who believe that boys will be boys and that women are supposed to be mothers. You're barking mad. You've lost the plot. Because we're nothing but ambulatory incubators. No, you're whatever you are, as well as a potential mother. Oh, those feminists who think men should be fathers. I mean the kind where we pass the mic to sex workers. Because they know their experience is better than anyone who hasn't ever engaged in sex work. What? Why are you throwing that in? Oh, I see, because you wanted to show that you support sex workers because you wave your virtue flag so high. I hope the whole world of sex workers sees it. I mean the kind of what the fuck? I mean the kind of pro-hoaxism where you understand the labour of sex workers of colour. Hang on, what? I thought it was just sex workers. No, white sex workers. No, fuck off, you bitches. Fuck off, bitches. This is about POC. This is about the blacks, okay? This is about the labour of sex workers of colour. Especially, no, sex workers of colour. Step aside, bitches. This is about especially trans women of colour who engage in sex work. Because their experience and knowledge is crucial to the understanding of the oppressive structures of the world. A black tranny prostitute, their experience is crucial to understanding the oppressive structures of the world. Sure. Seems reasonable. Are you a supporter of the BDS movement? BDS stands for Boycott, Divest, Sanctions, an effort to end international support for Israel's oppression of Palestinians. Fuck you. You've got children. Let's assume, obviously you haven't, because you're a queer femme of colour, trans misogynoir. But let's assume you had children, or you've got an ageing mother. Where would you want to live, Palestine or Israel? End of story. The past is the past. We're done with it. How are we going to move forward with this? You're going to live in Palestine, are you? Enjoy yourself. I grew up with Jewish friends and Palestinian friends before even understanding our power. Some of my best friends are Palestinian. Before even understanding how power and oppression work together, we understood the trivial hatred that colonised and put in constant danger the lives of Palestinians every single... Eventually I learned about apartheid. Just grab it, get that, take that, put that, stick it all together and make a monster. Eventually I learned about apartheid from a theoretical perspective. I began to understand the terror, trauma and stress of everyone you love and care about getting killed. Yes, going on in South Africa now. Yeah, the blood of white people, it's running in the streets. You're talking about... Oh no, sorry, the white people. Fuck them. Simply because one nation has the military backing and power to destroy your land for them to settle on. Being pro-Palestine is not the same thing as being anti-Semitic. Well, if it needed saying, darling. I shouldn't even have to express that. Well, if it needed saying, darling. But being pro-Palestine and BDS is a necessary part of intersectionality. Yeah, fuck the Jews. Oh, they've had a great time. Yeah. I mean, in the intersectional social justice stack, fuck the Jews. I mean, they've had a great time, you know. They haven't been continually displaced and almost wiped out in the gas chambers. How's your date going, darling? Do you want another gin and tonic? Should we get some twiglets? Should we have a dance? Oh, sorry, you want to talk about this again? Oh, I'm definitely calling you again. Oh, can we do this again? It's been wonderful. Stay single. What is your understanding of settler colonialism and indigenous rights? Again, what she means is your understanding of colonialism and indigenous rights the same as mine? Because if it isn't, fuck off, white supremacist, trans misogynoir. I didn't grow up in the United States. I was raised in Switzerland. Sounds lovely. So my understanding of how Europeans committed genocide against indigenous populations here in the US was fairly limited. What? Why? It required a good deal of my own research to really understand how settler colonialism works and how devastating the erasure and violence against Native Americans is and was. Love, do you know that Native Americans were murdering the fuck out of each other long before the colonials, the colonizers arrived? Do you know that? It wasn't peaceful. It wasn't a peace pipe. It was loads of tribes hacking the fuck out of each other with axes. Yeah, we didn't take war to America. We took the United States of America, one of the most amazing countries in the history of the world. Oh, we were terrible. Oh, look what we'd done to that land. Oh, we turned a load of very primitive, warring, barbaric, murderous tribes into the United States. A place it appears you've chosen to live. Oh, evil, horrible people. Your date thinks Native American troops are, your date thinks Native Americans are tropes or relics of the past. No thanks. They are. It's a fucking museum. Have you seen the reservations? They're gambling alcoholics. It's fucked. They should be integrated. That's my position. It's nice to have different positions. You can argue and debate. You can find contradictions and find new ideas, dialectically reason with each other. Oh, sorry, no. We have to go along with what you think or we're not going to date again. To be honest, darling, I wrote you off hours ago. I'm just sitting here now enjoying the freak show. Fuck that one off. Can any human be illegal? Yes, of course. Milton Friedman, do you know what he said? You can't have welfare state and open borders. It's basic economics. It's basic economics. Yeah. Oh, you don't... Oh, yeah, okay, so we live on a tiny planet. It's huge. With land and water. This is such ugly bullshit. Again, you know, the writer's probably 14, so we have to put up with this sort of angsty, sort of overly poetic prose. We live on a tiny planet. We live on a tiny planet with land and water and galaxies. With land and water within a galaxy, surrounded by a universe within an inconceivable number of other... Wow. Now you put it like that, I guess a human can't be illegal. Do you know how laws work? Do you know about nation states and boundaries? No? Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, sure. Yet here we dictate where we are and who is allowed to be where we are. It's mind-boggling that borders are even a thing. Yeah. Oh, just, yeah, sure. Can you imagine? What these people want? And what really worries me about this is Communist Manifesto 101. And you might not be able to see the link essentially at first. But the abolition of private property is communism in a nutshell. And once you get rid of nation states and borders, you have to get rid of private property to make that even start to look like it could work. This is terrifying. This is so literally regressive. So to call people aliens or illegal immigrants is so humane and despicable. No, they're just legal terms to describe someone who's contravened the law of a particular nation state that exists to make society function safely and to develop. Yeah, oh, imagine, don't want that. Let's just have carnage. White Americans stole this land, colonised this land, created so many borders. Look, the Native Americans were trying to colonise the land of their neighbours. They were fighting each other, trying to kill each other, to take their land, fuck their women, kill their children and steal their animals. Do you understand that? This was going on. The white European, the British Empire pretty much put an end to colonisation. You're fucking dumb as fuck. Christ. Do you support Muslim Americans and non-Muslim people from Islamic countries? Again, what, all of them? The whole group? I don't know them. Let me deal with them as individuals. I know you. You can't cope with that word, can you? It's like kryptonite to you lunatic collectivists. No, I don't support Muslim Americans and non-Muslim people from Islamic countries. I don't know them. Show me an individual and then I will base my opinion on what they show me. I know you can't cope with that, can you? You loony collectivists. I can't think of any other religion which has been vilified and lied about more than Islam in a cultural and systemic way. Lied about? What, by the people who say it's a religion of peace? Well, I agree with you on that. I am not Muslim, so I will stay in my lane. Oh, you can't talk about it unless you're it. Yeah, sure. You don't mind talking about toxic masculinity and misogynoir, but you're not trans. But oh no, I'll stay in my lane. What you mean is you don't fucking know about it because you haven't taken the time to study. You're just waving your virtue flag again. I cannot imagine for a second even claiming to be a feminist if I didn't stand in solidarity with my Muslim friends and family, especially now, especially after 9/11. Feminism, supporting Islam. That's all you need to know about intersectionality. It's a co-opting and a hijacking of all other causes because feminism is not needed. Excuse me, it's obsolete. So they've hijacked literally everything. If you're not successful, if you're not doing well, if you don't need handouts, you're the enemy. Everyone else, let's get on board. Let's just get them all together. Yeah, let's get them all together because we need the numbers because we haven't got the fucking intellect. Don't waste your time and energy on dating someone who thinks that Islam is inherently violent or misogynistic. Don't waste your time on it. It is. Have you read the books? Have you been to the Middle East? Go out there. Go out there with your ideas. Go out there, queer femme of colour. Oh, yeah. See how long you last. You lunatic. You have lost touch with reality. Instead, amazing, read some Huda Shahawari or Mona Etha Hawaii to educate yourself further on Muslim feminism. Muslim feminism. Does your allyship include disabled folks? Have you got any cripples in your gang? Yo man, we're the orphans. Oh yeah, we got spastics, retards. We're gonna fuck you up. You come on my turf, you get fucked up by Billy One Leg. As an able-bodied woman, again, I'll stay in my lane. Oh yeah. But intersectionality has to include a solid platform for spastics. And not just the visible disabilities. If you have disabled family or friends, please make the effort to listen and learn about their lives and their experiences. Disabled folks are subject to shaming and violence. Are they? Are you sure? I know you want them to be. I know you need them to be. You need all of this. Because without these ghosts, without these fantasies you've created, you've got nothing to prop up your demanding, entitled little paranoid world. I get that. But it's not real. It's not what's going on. It doesn't reflect actual conditions of our society. Be mindful of others who mock disabled people. That kind of cruelty is inexcusable. No, because I mock everyone. I intentionally said spastics. Do you know why? Because I like to treat them equally. I like to treat disabled people as I treat everyone. I don't have the bigotry of low expectations that I think they can't handle it. On a date with someone who uses ableist slurs, walk away. Well, there you go. That is basically the 10 questions to lose your date instantly and have them run like you've never seen someone run. You, my dear, are almost certainly clinically insane. Seek help immediately. Don't go on a date. Go and see a doctor, a psychiatrist. I think you need a psychotherapist. This stuff's deep. Get a good couple of years in there. Okay? And some cats. Ciao.